How's the energy today in practice?
It was awesome. It really was. Kids are fantastic. You got some beautiful weather. First day, shells on and race building. Got some color on it up there. Got some orange on the building. Kids are fired up about that. It was just a beautiful day, a very special weekend coming up, and our kids were fantastic.
What did the guys look like with some pads on?
They were excited. First day, they were popping and flying around, and we've got a little more depth than we've had in the past. Brought in 7 guys this spring, so we're still able to go 3 deep right now. I hope we can do that all during the spring. Obviously, we're going to need some luck and some health to pull that off, but right now, still running 3 deep with our interior linemen and 4 deep in our skill positions.
I think you said you're going to give the guys a couple of days off at the end of this week. What have you learned? Have you learned anything about your guys this first week of practice?
That they're even more bought in than they were last year, which is amazing. We really have taken that next step. I don't know what that's going to mean as far as wins and losses, but I do know we're a much better football team. I'm a better head coach. My coordinators are better. My players are better because we've all been together a year. And with familiarity and, repetition, we're just better. And if we can stay healthy in certain areas, we have a real chance to be special.
Okay, Greg.
Jeff, how do you describe the attitude and mentality that you see from the returning seniors this week and really as you guys ramped up for the spring too?
Coach Lepp said it at practice. We're just so much more player-led than we have been in the past. You can just feel it. It's coming from them. I don't have to say as much as I used to have to say. My coaches don't have to say as much as we used to have to say. It's truly more of a player-led team, and it's intentional. We're trying to turn it over to them more, and they're taking ownership in it, and it's exciting to watch. The analogy I gave them was, it was nice raising my 3 children, but when I had to make them make their bed and make them take the trash out and make them pick up after themselves, that's what parenting is, right? But it sure was nice when my children got to the maturity level where they actually made their own bed up, took the trash out, picked their shoes up without me having to remind them all the time. That's the analogy we're using. And for no better metaphor than that, my guys are making their own beds up and picking up their own shoes and taking their own trash out right now.
You mentioned with those returning seniors, the guys who are taking the extra year, that you want them to raise the team culture. How do they embody that, or what does that mean, or what does that look like?
It's a great question. We've worked very hard at being very word specific and what our culture is to help them out. So when they are in front of their teammates and their peers, they can communicate that correctly. So we've been just doing that. We've been practicing a lot with them. And that is the greatest way to learn, is to teach it. And the statistics will say, if you hear something, you learn so much. If you see something, you learn so much. If you write it, you learn so much. But when you see it, you hear it, you write it, you speak it, and then you have to go teach somebody, that's the greatest form of education. And our guys are doing a great job of that.
For Chuck Wiley specifically, what can he get out of an extra year here? It seems like he has some NFL aspirations.
He does. He really was the one that probably had to make the hardest decision on that. But Chuck knew when he got to me, he wasn't in great shape. So he's really toned his body up. He's very lean right now. He's moving a lot better. And we're going to try to do more things to put him in positions to make more plays as well, with some scheme changes to feature him a little more.
And how about for Antonio Parks, his decision to take the extra year? How can he benefit from this opportunity?
Well, he has so much respect from our team because he's not real tall. He's not real fast, but he's a really good football player. He's very smart. He has unbelievable instincts, and he really cares. So his ability to lead, and he still makes plays. I mean, he's one of those kind of kids, you try to get him off the football field all the time, and you just can't. He just keeps making plays.